Hello everybody, it's Siobhan here, the Galloping Housewife. I'm going to record this and see, well, I guess you can hear me anyway, so that's the main thing, because you probably won't be able to see me. It's not early, it's 8 o'clock, just after 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on the way into Ayr, which is our nearest big town. Just got a couple of appointments that I need to do, and then I'm going to stop at the yard on the way home. So just a bit of a different routine for today. Hopefully get home and get some work done this afternoon, which will be interesting because I'm notoriously shit at doing stuff in the afternoon. I find it really difficult, but then that could be just me making an excuse. I find it really difficult to sort of like focus and get into the groove, whereas when I get up in the morning and I have my cups of coffee and talk to the animals, and I do a little bit of journaling most mornings, and then I sit down and do some of the creative shit that you see come out, put into proper words my thoughts, as opposed to what just pours out when I am doing this, talking to the camera. And it's this is a really interesting exercise for me, because I've said this right at the very beginning, that one of my main reasons for doing this was for two reasons. One is that I am shit in front of a camera. I don't feel comfortable here. I don't feel comfortable talking to people where they can see me and they can actually hear me. I find, and there's all these stories that we tell ourselves, like I'm not polished. Most of the time you see me looking like shit because I am just throwing on some barn clothes and I'm on my way out to the yard. And even if you could actually see me now, you would see that I'm going into town to do my couple of appointments with no makeup on, and I'm just wearing casual exercise shit, so lounge wear. As we have, I have got a bra on though, that's a big plus, because most of the time when I'm hanging around at home I don't actually put a bra on, but and I am self-conscious of the fact that I have a very Kiwi accent, although I know that it has been modulated a little bit for the understanding of the British people, not so much up here in Scotland, because I can't fucking understand them, so why should they be able to understand me? But it is strong, because and people wonder why when we've been here for 8 years, but we've got a family unit. I've got my husband and my 2 kids, and so we are talking together all the time. Well, not really, but we do have to communicate at some point. And so we've kept our accent, and the kids have too, really, which is and they probably will for some time, well, at least until they bugger off and set up their own lives here, which can't happen soon enough. But anyway, so we make these excuses, and so I put myself in front of the camera just so I can get over this, because we all have these things about visibility and about judging ourselves. I put up a post on the Facebook and Instagram page yesterday that was, I am enough exactly as I am. And it's just something that we have to really continue to tell ourselves, that I don't need to have perfect diction. I don't need to be beautifully presented. I don't need, I don't need to be anything other than exactly what I am to have value and for my voice to be worth listening to. And that's something that I personally really struggle with, and it's a little bit of a childhood thing of how it was growing up, because I was so much younger than my brother and sister. So I was, and in fact I'm still known as the kid in our family. I'm 50 years old, and yeah, so, and my opinion wasn't listened to, wasn't ever sought. What I thought of something, what I wanted for my life, my existence, it was always this is what's happening, this is what we're doing, and you will tag along. So partly that is my story, but you will have your story too. You will have the things that have gone on in your life that now dictate to how you feel and where you self-impose your limitations on what you can achieve in this world. And yeah, I mean, okay, so my stuff is getting my opinions out there, getting my thoughts and my all the stuff, the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years, putting it together. And I know that I'm actually really good at doing that. I know that I'm really good at analysing information, at curating it in such a way that it resonates with a particular demographic, and that the way that I write is extremely accessible to, I mean, it's only a portion of the population, but that's all I'm here to serve. So it's it's really accessible, and it resonates, and if it can inspire, inform, or entertain that group, then that's all I need to be doing. So that's my thing, is getting that out there. But yours might be that you want to achieve with your horses. You want to be going out there, you want to be competing at a certain level, and you may have always been taught, who are you to expect that? You don't come from money, or you aren't especially talented, or you're not athletic enough, or whatever it is that you will be holding on to, and it almost becomes an excuse to hide behind. But more than that, it becomes an ingrained belief in us. And so that's part of our whole existence, is to, and our way forward is to challenge those beliefs and to find out how much reality there is in them. If there is some reality in it, then work on that. Otherwise, kick on. It's like so often the bullshit that we're carrying around is someone else's bullshit that has been imposed on us. So yeah, that's my sort of thought for today, is that to look at those things. If you've got, and like I said, it's any sphere of your life. It can be with your work or business, it can be with your writing, it can be in your relationships. You never pick a good guy or partner. You never, it's always your fault that the relationship breaks down, or whatever it is. Or you're not a good friend, it's why you don't have any best friends. It's like, oh, bullshit. Like these are stories that we have created around our own abilities and our own beliefs. You can't be a good parent for whatever reason. Your own parents were shit, so therefore you can't be a good parent. And you're not worthy of taking care of. You're not worthy of being being in shape, being psychologically, mentally stable. It's like you are, and it's about finding where those stories are, and what limitations they are imposing on you, before you go and worry about any sort of, and deal with them before you go on to any sort of treatment or anything that's going to help you. Because until those are cleared, you're not going to be able to get fit, you're not going to be able to lose weight, you're not going to be able to deal with the pressures that today's world is imposing on all of us. So yeah, that's it. That's my stuff for today. Like I said, off to Ayr. Got a couple of appointments. Coming back to the yard. Yesterday I had a absolutely glorious hack on Perfect Percy. We went quite a long way. We've got some really good hacking from the yard that I'm in. It's quite a hilly area, so I can do a sort of on-road block, which is about 5 miles, and it takes a bit over an hour, and it is up and down and up and down. There's some busier bits, but Percy's pretty good with he's a shit at the moment with traffic, but he's generally pretty good. I can keep him on the road and he doesn't run into too many cars. But yesterday I actually went up. We've got forest nearby. It's about a 3k hack up to the forest, but then it's endless paths through. And in the summer you can just go for miles. Not so much now because it's a bit muddy. So, but it's just even getting up there is it's a great hack, and it's about 200 meters of elevation to get to the gate, and so and I made the biggest hill. I made Percy trot the whole way up, and he was puffing by the time he got to the top. And then we did get into the forest, and we did have the first little bit. You can go for a little canter, and he thought that was magic. So yeah, it was quite quick. But yeah, so that was good to get some decent work into him, and I will be doing quite a bit of hacking on him for the next little while, just to get him some baseline fitness before we start doing some canter work and get into the season training proper. And then I got back with Mitch, and there was a lot going on last night, as far as just shit around, and also it was getting a bit darker. Normally I've been dealing with him in the light, so, and it was interesting to see how reactive to artificial lights he was. The lights in the stables, the cars that were going past. You can see the road from the arena, and and there was just bits and pieces of other shit going on, and he was it was a bit disappointing really, because he has been improving out of sight with how he's been going every day, and yesterday felt like a little bit of a setback. So going to go in there today and again try and do everything calm and see how we go, and hopefully I'll be getting on him tomorrow and getting going with him again, because it's well overdue, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty bored as well. So that's me for today. That's what I'm up to in my life. I hope that you are all good wherever you are, and I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye.